Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about script format. Alright, so script format. First of all, you may be wondering, what in the heck is script format? Okay, don't worry, I'll explain it. Script format is how the script is written, how it looks on the physical page. Now, most of you may do a lot of script writing this way. This one's very basic. It just says, okay, so-and-so says this, you know, this happens. It's really general and everything. And this is the way I used to write scripts. Each page of this type of format of script, and I have done the calculations, and this is fairly accurate, each page equals about 3.5 minutes in this format. And this, for example, is probably one of the longest I've written in this format. This was my adaptation of The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I wrote about almost 3 years ago now. This page is about a 42, or I'm sorry, this script is about a 42-page script, each equaling about 3.5 minutes. So you multiply 40 by about 3 over 4 times 3. It's about 120. That's about 2 hours. That's a good length. Now what happened though, the problem is that because of all the changes I had made and everything, I even added a new character and everything. Because of all the changes I made, I read the entire script out loud once, and it absolutely made no sense whatsoever. I'm like, okay, holy cow, I really need to rethink my life. I need to rethink their lives. Because I had changed it so much, not the actual story itself, but just a lot of it didn't fit together. It didn't follow the rules of the last video. Okay, so anyway, that's just a sort of basic way, and that's a good way to write a script. Okay, with each line you hit enter and everything like that. That takes a whole lot more. No, I take it back. Actually, it takes a lot less page space if you're trying to save ink and paper. But a much more organized way to do it, and a much more descriptive way, and it really helps you get your vision for this, is the way, for example, this script is written. This story about the Guardian, I mentioned this one in the last video. Now, if you notice on this one, everything doesn't necessarily have its own line like the others. Okay, the descriptions in here are a lot like they're sentences. They have periods and everything like that. But every time there's a new line, I didn't hit enter and everything. And you see also there's scene transition effects, and also like dissolve to, or cut to, or fade to, or swipe to, even. I don't think I've ever used that. But and it also tells the location and what time of day it is. For example, the first scene there says interior, Mike Davis's office, day. So that immediately tells you you as the director or actor, and for me it's one and the same. It tells you where that's going to be, and tells you how, what you're going to shoot for the day, and where you're going to shoot it, and who you need, and all that and everything. And call sheets, which is something I will bring up later in this series, call sheets are very, very, very helpful. Even though I'm one person, I still like to have different actor names for each of the characters and everything. And it also, believe it or not, does help keep things organized. If I can put 2 names to a face, an actor and a character, for some odd reason, it helps a lot if you work alone like me. So anyway, that aside, like I said, I'll go over call sheets in a later video. But this other way here, the one that the Guardian is written in, this format is a much more cleaner and organized way to do it. And I have tested this time and time again. that this format here, every one page equals 1 minute of screen time. I have taken random pages, I have acted it out, I have set all the lines and everything, and give or take a few seconds, each page is about a minute, almost exactly. So this format is much easier, and it's much easier to tell what time this film is going to be and stuff. And this format is much more descriptive. You can embellish it and everything. And currently I'm rewriting, like for example, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe script. I'm rewriting that one using this much better format, and I'm rethinking the story. I'm adding new stuff in, yes, but new stuff that completely makes sense with the story, with the original story, and things like that. And like I said, it's a much easier way and much more organized way to do it. Yeah, it really helps. It helps to be organized with these things, because if you're like me when I first started, I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll do this, and I guess I'll do this. And the way I wrote stories was that I would storyboard it. And once again, that's something I'll go over in a later video, but to give you a quick overview of storyboards, I use the wall here, pretend. Storyboard is almost like a comic book version of the story you're trying to tell, okay? You have different frames, and you can use stick figures. You don't have to be a great artist. I'm not a great artist. I'm much more of an engineer style of artist in terms of I can draw designs, but I really can't draw people and stuff. I do basic geometric shapes is what I do. So you have your scene descriptions or whatever, and you can do this scene by scene, or you can do this by shot by shot. I like to do a lot of times shot by shot, because that gives me a much clearer view of what the film's going to look like. So for example, right up here, you're going to have a short little description. You have, for example, this is one big page, okay? You have your film title up top. Maybe if you're doing a series, you have your series name right here, the title of the episode, or this installment in the series. I use Narnia. Okay, so you got the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Then over here you have your first frame of your comic book, if you will. So in there you have a little bit of space to write out which shot this is, which scene, and stuff like that. So for I just write scene 1, shot 1. Boom, right there. Then the next frame, scene 2 or scene 1, shot 2. And if there's like a camera moving here, then you'd point an arrow. I like to draw an arrow, a 2-line arrow, if you will, like this, and then you got the arrow coming off like that. If that doesn't make any sense, forget it. You could probably Google it, but you probably know what I'm talking about. And I like to write camera in between those lines, so I know, okay, that's the camera move. And then what I do is that, since you can't actually have moving pictures, I really wish you could, unless you're Tiger. Hopefully some of my siblings caught that reference right there, but anyway. But since you can't have moving pictures, like I said, unless you're Tiger, then what I like to do is have, you have scene 1, shot 2A, meaning this is the beginning of this shot, and then you have shot 2B, scene 1, shot 2B, and if it's a big long camera move, well, you then have shot 2A, shot 2B, shot 2C, shot 2C, and as long as you just don't shot me, okay? Sorry, bad puns, it runs in the family. Anyway, that's a good way to help visualize your story. And even if you're writing a book too, it helps a lot, because that way it helps visualize your story. Now, like I said, I'm not going to be covering too much book writing, but this applies to books as well, So, and it just gives you, it kind of helps you give this, scene by scene kind of way that this is going to look. So this video is fairly short compared to the last one. It's really short. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'll do more, we'll continue our series on scripts and filmmaking and everything like that. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to try and answer those. I love talking about this. This is the most, oh gosh, this is my favorite thing to talk about is films, stories, etc. So like I said, if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and I will see what I can do to answer those. Don't forget to like, share, even subscribe if you want to, and have a great week. I will catch you on the next episode.